those of us from the South, we were right there with them saying, yeah, man, we want to push.
He definitely was inspired by the Black Panthers. He dressed like them. He talked like them. He had a beret, he had army fatigues, and he had the army boots.
He wore an afro. He was out there with everyone else. I think it was positive because he had a group. He wasn't alone now. He became part of his group.
I don't know if he had a well-formed political philosophy before he got the Holy Cross. Maybe he was simply going along. But the years, 1968, 1969, gosh, I was there. And the forces of conformity to a sense of outraged fury, resistance, the throwing off of oppression by any means necessary. It was very seductive. It was very compelling to many, many people, among whom was Clarence Thomas.
And he had a hero, Malcolm X.
We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. We want equality by any means necessary.
He had a poster of Malcolm X in his dorm room.
Justice Thomas boasted at one point he had read all of his speeches. And he said at one time he could quote you some of them by heart. I mean, so he really did pay attention to Malcolm X.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Clarence Thomas's activism culminated in his junior year as protests broke out 40 miles away in Harvard Square.
An estimated 2,000 radical students from the greater Boston area decided to march to Cambridge and continue demonstrating.
We drank our way to Harvard Square, where our disorderly parade deteriorated into a full-scale riot.
The demonstration then turned into the most extreme civil disorder in Cambridge history. 4,000 students against 2,000 police.
The police fired rounds of tear gas into the crowd, but that didn't deter us, and we kept on rioting well into the night. I got back to campus at 4 in the morning, horrified by what I'd just done.
All over the United States yesterday, there were anti-war protests, most of them peaceful. One was not at Harvard University last night.
Nearly 200 people were injured. 40 students were arrested.
I had let myself be swept up by an angry mob for no good reason, other than that I too was angry.
It's certainly something he talks about a lot. Here I am in Harvard Square and like this mini riot. Like, what am I doing here, right? What am I doing?
He was conflicted about what he'd done, who he was, what he stood for.
I don't think anything about Clarence Thomas is simple. I mean, he's a bundle of contradictions, and it seems like there's just always so much inner tension within him. Yes, he's
talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers, none of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood, the hood view, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench, because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
2, 3, 4, 5. We live. All the way live. Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics. I'm Rabbit Jones.
I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother.
And this is where we go into deep detail dive.
Deep.
From a hood point of view, politics, baby.
40,000 leagues under the sea. Deep dive.
And we don't care who you vote for. You know what I'm saying? That
fuck who you vote for. As long as your ass vote.
You know? Shit. We got a lot to get into. Man. We got AI,
right.
Trump, Santos,
and most
Giuliani. We got a list of things to grab onto tonight, baby.
Well, let's get started.
Welcome. And if you got any debate
Bring your ass through that gate
anytime you want, baby. You know what I'm saying? Now,
if you got any debate,
that's for goddamn.
Don't be late. Don't
No,
hesitate.
Please don't.
Bring your ass through that gate
As soon as possible
and participate.
Yeah.
How about that?
We want that. We want that debate for sure.
Oh yeah. No doubt. No bullshit.
Doubt. What's been going on in the politic world, bro?
Shit, what ain't been going on? Got motherfuckers out here selling pardons. I need one of them, but I can't afford it.
Selling pardons.
You got right wing, nut job, conservative broadcasters being fired left and right. You got all kind of dumbass shit going on in Florida. Florida and somewhere else.
First of all, there's a lot going on with these abortion bans too and shit. Like, so far, it's like 18 states that ban abortion.
Correct.
9 of them means they don't want no exceptions. They don't want to hear nothing you're talking about. You get an abortion, but you're not getting no abortions in this state. Now, everybody think that's cool, right? Most people, if you was to test America, right? Most people is oblivious to all this shit.
Correct.
Then you got some people that is in between, like, yeah, but gotta let them make their own choice. Then you got other people to be like, hell no, no abortion. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's just America itself. But the people that say no abortions, do they know the repercussions of that? No. Before they say that, are they educated to a female that had to have abortion or her ass to die?
No.
Are they educated to, you know what I'm saying, certain diseases, meaning the female can't carry a baby?
Yes,
So
they are.
are they? I mean, before they say that, are they educated and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying?
Because this debate been going on for 50 years. It's a 50-year-old debate, and then it's been bought from every angle. It hasn't been an angle that the Roe v. Wade or the abortion debate hasn't been bought. It's been bought from the angle of the health to the mother. It's been bought from the angle of just plain right and wrong, and whether people believe in it or not. It's been bought from the angle of the child could be born with a debilitating disease that the family can't afford to take care of. They know the consequences of all this. They know that.
No, I'm talking about the voter themselves.
Now the
voters, they already feel like, no, it shouldn't be no abortions. That's my religion. But do they know all these certain things that can happen with people that had no access to that?
I think this.
That's the key point.
I think this. Because the female voter, which there are more female voters, females vote in mass more than males. So the female voters know this. They know the consequences. They know all the repercussions. They know all the things that go into it. Now, I think on the other side, when you get to male voters, I think male voters just vote whether they think it's right or wrong, or whether they agree with it or not. I ain't gonna say all. I say most, because you have a lot of voters that know the issues and choose to get educated on the issues. You got people like us. We not only know the issues, we educated on the issues.
Still, but that's not a really issue that a normal person dig into. Like, all right, what are our repercussions then? If I'm pro-life and I feel like there's no abortions, do I even know it's repercussions to that? You feel me? Someone might not even know that. It's just
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you feel
but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it come from women voters.
It's usually Republican voters.
Right. Now, women voters on both sides, women voters can tell you everything that goes on with the abortion issues, because it's their bodies, and and women get abortions for different reasons. male voters, I'm not saying all of them, but I believe a lot of them don't dig into the issues that surround an abortion the way women voters do. So I think women voters, by necessity and by just naturally they're women, and this affects them, know all the facts and repercussions of the abortion issues more than men. And so I think you have to divide it up that way, because if you sit a woman voter down, she's going to tell you about diseases a woman may have, that things that may have gone on in the family that's been passed down through the family, certain diseases that may affect the child, that maybe a history of cerebral palsy or something runs in the family, a history of some kind of mental incapacity runs in the family that could be passed down.
Mm-hmm.
A woman going to know that more than a man, because she's going to study that shit up before she had that baby. So I think it has to be looked at from both sides.
Like what I was saying, it's like it's a tough issue. If you ain't educated on all angles, then it's hard for you to jump up and say, I don't want no abortions. You feel me?
Right.
Like if you're a person that's saying I don't want abortions, you should be educated on a lot of angles of this.
Then you just don't believe in it.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be like, even if you don't believe in it, you gotta do your education to find out that it's a lady out there that can't have a baby, or she'll die. You feel me? That's a certain. These situations are out here.
This is the problem.
Or they might bleed out, and the doctor can't do shit. You got states now where they make it where doctors can't do nothing when a lady be bleeding out from this shit.
Like I said, I don't agree with it, and I don't believe in abortions. That's me. But I also believe it is that woman's right, that couple's right, or whoever, is in her circle. It is their right to make their choice, and for whatever reasons. And I'm not ignorant enough just to say, well, I don't believe it, so I don't agree with it. I don't believe in it. I don't think it should happen. So I'm just gonna say it shouldn't happen, because it is women that if they give birth, it is possible they could die during birth. Exactly. It is possible that the child could be born.
You should give them that choice. Yeah.
You can have they can have tests done and can find out that the child could be born basically a vegetable, and these people are not prepared, not equipped, or don't have the means to take care of a child with them type of special needs. And so, if rather than bring a child into the world that's basically disabled from birth and that they can't afford to take care of, they have to make that difficult decision. Well, maybe I have to terminate this pregnancy because it ain't good for the child.
Either one of our health, yeah.
So it's
like I said, it's just like the persons that on these sides, they gotta realize there's other sides to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then when the 2016, where they had I think it was Trump and Clinton, and this was a big point. Abortions. This is real. That's why I tell people, man. That's why we do this podcast. You gotta pay attention to things, man. Like this debate they had, they was debating abortions. He told y'all that he putting judges in here that's gonna get rid of this shit. You know what I'm saying, dog?
And that's what he did.
I mean, I'm trying to tell them that when you watching debates, you gotta listen.
You gotta listen,
because they tell you what they're going to do.
But see, this is a problem. I got problems every week, and this is a problem. People listen, and you got politicians that are trained and know how to tell the people and say what the people want to hear. And you have people that don't know how to decipher what they're hearing. See, a lot of things they're telling you that they're going to do, they telling you in political speaks. Let's say political speak, and that normal people who are not into it and can't read between the lines. That's why we tell you when you come here, we know how to decode that dog whistle. We know how to decipher that shit they talking. You know what I'm saying? They will pour syrup on shit and call it pancakes. We know how to get to the bottom of that shit.
Exactly.
And it's not only us, it's plenty of people out there you can go to that you can turn on. Your Roland Martins and people like that. They will decipher that shit for you. They're telling you and letting you know what they're gonna do, but you think it doesn't affect you. Oh, no, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Yes, it does.
Basically.
Yes, it does.
So 2016 is it bomb? Keep saying Clinton, Trump debate. Where everybody listen to when they got to abortions.
It's a woman's right to abortion.
Well, if that would happen, because I am pro-life and I will be appointing pro-life judges, I would think that that will go back to the individual states.
But I'm asking you specifically, would you
If
like
they
to...
overturned it, it'll go back to the states.
But what I'm asking you, sir, is do you want to see the court overturn? You just said you want to see the court protect the Second Amendment. Do you want to see the court overturn Roe
Well,
v.
if
Wade?
we put another 2 or perhaps 3 justices on, that's really what's going to be, will happen. And that'll happen automatically, in my opinion, because I am putting pro-life justices on the court.
And right there, when he said he was being honest.
He's being honest.
I'm putting pro-life justice on there. In my opinion,
For once, he was being honest.
That's going to happen at the end, right?
And he did it.
Now he wouldn't answer the question that he wouldn't get rid of Roe v. Wade. He wouldn't answer that question. What we would say was, I'm putting justice up there, and I think that's what's going to happen.
But basically, he answered the question. But he didn't. But like we always say, he answered the question. And if you don't know what to listen for, and don't know how to listen and decipher and detect what they're saying, yes, they straight up answer the question. If he want, they say, does he want? Ask him, does he want Roe v. Wade overturned? What did he say? I'm putting on pro-life judges
directly.
He's not gonna answer directly,
but he telling you. The judge is gonna do it,
right? So what he's telling you, he's saying, I'm putting in pro-life judges.
They gonna do it,
and that tells me that us who don't know, the people who don't know, the ones who don't understand, when he tells you that he's putting in, he won't answer the question, but tells you he's putting in a pro-life judge. Ask yourself and ask somebody, what is a pro-life judge? That's what you have to do. If you don't understand, what the fuck is a pro-life judge?
He put in there? What's the girl name? He put
Coney Barrett, Amy Coney Barrett.
That's what pro-life means to him. And she a person that think you shouldn't touch abortion no matter what wrong, anything wrong with you. She don't care.
Ugly ass. And then while we on that case. Just like they told you, they told you what they was doing with abortion, and they keep telling you what they're going to do with abortion. And now, if anybody has paid attention, what McCarthy has said about social programs, where now he is trying to put forth a bill that's going to require a work requirement to get food stamps, Medicare, Medicaid, even Social Security. Now, we know that most motherfuckers, if you getting Social Security, you reach the age of retirement, or most likely you disabled. That's most 90% of the people who getting Social Security. You either disabled and can't work, or you reach the age of retirement where you draw on your Social Security. That's most of the people on Social Security. So how the fuck do you require people that can't work or have worked to the point they can retire to have? How can you put a work requirement on these people? That's what we are telling you. You have to look, listen, and if you don't have an understanding, gain an understanding of what they're saying.
Yeah. That thing is, they want, just like you said, they double talk, like with abortion and all that stuff. It's like they don't answer directly because they know that it sounds harsh when they say you ain't getting no abortion, right? So they won't answer that. They just say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm pro-life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
pro-life.
like you said, what the fuck is that? You're not telling us what is that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what that is.
Right.
And then anybody don't know, before he ran in the Republican Party, we wasn't clear what he was, but he wasn't a Republican.
He was a Democrat.
You feel me? So this is what he said before. This is 1999. This is what he said about
Trump
abortion.
on the abortion issue.
This is my man.
When
Before
him-
I start.
Well, Chris Matthews.
This is the greatest motherfucking whatever they do, political thing they do. Anchor, whatever the fuck they
That's
do.
Chris. That's hard.
This is the greatest one political joint to ever live.
Yeah, that's the one I catch Chris.
That's my
Matthews
man. I
every
don't
day.
know who is.
At
from you.
5 and 7.
But this
MSNBC.
right here is my man. But he gonna get to the point of he always get to the point of things. He made Trump say he'll lock a bitch up if they get an abortion. You feel me? He's the one that got him to say that shit.
appeared on Meet the Press with Tim Russert back in '99. Let's watch.
Well, look, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion. I hate it. I hate everything it stands for. I cringe when I listen to people debating the subject. But I just believe in choice. But I am strongly for choice, and yet I hate the concept of abortion.
Hey, bro. And that's how and the fucking thing about it is that's how most people feel, Republican and Democrat. They hate the concept of abortion. You cannot find too many people in this country, Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever, who are not pro-life. Everybody is pro-life. Okay, but being pro-life and then being pro-choice is you can be both.
No,
there's two different things that
he
you can
said
be
he was
both.
pro-choice.
Right.
That's not banning abortions. That means
He
give
said
the woman the right to choose.
He was pro.
That's completely different than the
Right.
Republican thing they got going on.
Because he had to change that stance for one, because they would have never. He was a Democrat.
No.
Democrat. Hold on. The Democrats wasn't not going to let him run and fuck up the party the way he fucked up the Republican Party. He was not going to. They was not going to let him run and come into the party with what he just said right there. They wasn't going to let. He had to change. He had to change.
That's what I'm saying.
Or in his case, he was lying about what he was the whole time.
So we were just pointing out that he said something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not only
As
that,
they
he even pointed out that he was pro-choice.
Or put it in political terms, he flip-flopped.
He was pro-choice.
He was pro-choice.
Now this motherfucker, I can't. You're not having no abortion.
He is straight pro-life.
Like, now you see. Now somebody need to ask him, when did you switch and why?
Right. And see, that's the thing. When you in, say, if you're a Democrat or independent or whatever, you can be pro-life and pro-choice at the same time, because you can disagree with the concept and you can disagree with abortion, but you can also say, while I don't agree with it and I can't stand it, and I think I think it's wrong or whatever, I do believe it is a woman's right to choose. You can be both. You can be pro-life and pro-choice. But if you running on the Republican side, you're going to be pro-life and pro-choice. Better not even come out your mouth, or they'll run you out the party.
Exactly. So he couldn't be a Republican saying he pro-choice. That's all I wanted to point out to anybody watching right now. If you love Trump, I'm just pointing out things. Now you might not have never seen him say that.
You can be it, but you better not ever come out your mouth with it.
You've seen on Hoodviewpolitics that he did it.
He did it. He said
he was a pro-choice. He's seen it out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted y'all to see. But my thing is, when you seen it again in the debate against Hillary, when he said he getting abortions, then he said the same thing about you can't have abortions, then he said the same shit on Hardball.
Right.
When he told man,
But see,
you can he want to lock bitches up if they doctors. Right now, doctors get locked up in certain states, bro. Do you know that?
Yeah. But this is what I think. And this is what I believe about Trump. Trump is from New York. And New York is what? New York is overwhelmingly Democratic state, and the government in that state is Democratic. Most of the big wheels in the government are Democrats. So to get to where he needs to be, and especially in the boroughs where he was building at and needed permits and needed this, that, and the third, he had to go along with the Democrats. That's why he was good friends with the Clintons and this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. And we knew over time, like with the Central Park 5 and some of the housing discrimination things, that he harbored some. We knew that he had some racism, some bigotry.
Man, you got to step out back.
We knew that. We knew that. And we knew, and as you can see by then, by the abortion comments, he had to say, he was saying what he had to say all them years just to get to where he needed to be and get what he wanted. But when I think, this is what I think the party already knew deep down inside what he was. They knew that he was a bigot. Oh, yeah. They knew he was a misogynist. They knew he was.
They know now too, and they still
was a male chauvinist. They knew. I'm talking about the Democratic Party. They knew all of this. They knew what he really was, and that if he ran for office as a representative of the Democratic Party, he was going to destroy the party. And they never let it happen, and never would let it happen. But when he scooted to the other side, all that shit he had built up in him, that shit just came out.
I think all of them was surprised. I think most of those people that did the dinners and the galas and the motherfucking the whatever the fuck they was doing in these flights and shit, that shit there, they never expected him to be that person. Once he started running and said Mexicans are fucking rapists and all that shit. I
agree.
I think that shook him like, hold on, that's the same motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then people like us was already thinking he just a white, he racist, regardless. We probably thought he was bigoted. We didn't think he surprised me as a racist, put it like that. I knew he's bigot. But once he started running, I didn't know he's that type of racist motherfucker. I didn't know that. I only seen him from distance where he was on motherfucker. What's the shows he was on? He was on a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I never imagined him being a racist. But all his shows gave you bigotry though. You feel me? And a fucking pig. He gave you that. But I never thought he'd actually be an actual racist. You feel me? That's a different joint. Because he never gave me that. He gave me bigotry. I felt bigotry the whole time.
Put it like
never
this.
thought
He gave out hints. Racist. He gave out hints. Him and his father gave out hints.
Oh yeah, the father.
Him and the father gave out hints with the housing
father himself.
Anybody
don't know was affiliated with the KKK. So that's. I mean,
he gave out more hints with the Central Park 5.
Yeah, that did it. Yeah.
And
I don't know about racist though.
But I think
that's what I
believe
bigot,
this.
Yeah.
I believe this because it was talk for years and years about Trump running for president.
Mm-hmm.
It was this been going way back to the 80s.
Oh yeah,
Trump running for president.
I think 99 they was talking about that. Right, that's what he was talking about.
This was going back to the 80s.
He didn't want to run against Clinton.
But I think and I know this to be a fact. You know that when you start getting out there and your name starts getting out of there in presidential politics, they got motherfuckers that dig in your background, and they dig deep in your background. They find out shit about you that shit you didn't think nobody knew. You be like, how the fuck they find that out? And so I think the party the big wigs in the party, I think they knew. I think they knew what he was all about. And knew that you could not run this dude at the top of the ticket. Knew it wasn't gonna happen because, believe me, if the motherfucker, with him being, if the Democrats, they knew, and you know that Republicans are good. I give them one thing: they good at digging up shit on the motherfucker. They knew too. Some of them knew back then, and knew that if he jumped out there they was gonna light his ass up because you know the first thing they would have did, they would have plastered that Central Park 5 thing all over the place. Then they would have came at him about the housing discrimination. Then they would have came out about the multiple bankruptcies and all this other shit. So people knew, but I agree with you. I don't think they knew. I don't think a lot of people knew to the extent that it came out, because it was like Clint Eastwood all them years. You know, he was Dirty Harry, and he had the movies with the orangutan and shit, and people loved motherfucking Clint Eastwood. And then Gran Torino came out, and all the racist shit about Clint Eastwood, like it was built up, and it all came out in that one movie. And that's how it was with Trump. Trump, when he came down them steps at that escalator and announced he was running, that was like Gran Torino. All the shit. You be like, what the fuck?
But everybody that's close to him knew that person right there. Like,
the people,
the maids, the cooks, the people that work. They already knew this. That person right there, they knew.
They already knew.
We didn't know that person.
We as the public didn't know to what extent.
But once you run for president, you can't hide nothing of you. You won't be exposed for who you are.
And you can look at, and I'm telling you, you can look at the two sons, Eric and Don Jr., and you can tell that he was an out and out racist motherfucker in the house, just by the way the shit that them two do and the shit that them two say.
Exactly.
They got that shit. They got that shit honest.
Like you said, Republicans, they not pounce on shit. Same thing when I think about Trump, man. Like I always told you, if he wasn't a bigot, slimeball, racist pig, trifling asshole, crook, he's a good politician though, bro. He will beat the fuck out you, bro. Say anything. That's the only thing about him.
No.
The only problem about him though, he can't beat you with facts. He beat you with just making up shit.
I don't call me.
Not only making up shit, he'd say your wife, he'd say your father executed fucking JFK. And then that's just it.
I don't call
That's just
him
not, I mean, it ain't, it's hard to explain what that is. It's not strategic or nothing. It's just like, it's a big bomb. You know what I'm saying? It's like, either you got to prove that it's not. It's like,
what you're saying is what is same thing I'm about to say. I don't think he's a good politician, because a good politician brings good people together. A good politician, if he was a good politician, he would unite. He could unite the party, and he cannot unite the party. He cannot unite the party. He cannot unite the country, and he cannot unite anybody. What he is in my eyes, I call him, he's a wrecking ball politician. He's a good wrecking ball politician. He can tear shit up. He know how to tear a motherfucker down.
Nah, let me rephrase that then. He a good campaigner then. As far as campaign, if you're running for office and you're running against him, everybody know the best ads are attack ads.
Yeah,
right?
he a wrecking ball.
So him personally is an attack ad himself, bro. It's like I never seen a politician since I've been watching politics, bro, that he is the attack ad. Like, it's no, I'm talking fuzzy to you. Then if you watch TV later on, I got a fucking ad on there that's trifling as fuck. You feel me? It's right now. He telling you the trifling shit in your face. It's like he do it different from other politicians. He's like he up front, not putting it on videos later.
That's
everything that's in videos he's saying now. It's
that's why
crazy.
That's why I call him a wrecking ball, because he a Trump is a bull in the China.
He make up some of that shit.
He a bull in the China shop. He doesn't care, because he's willing to go. Trump is willing to go down into the mud, but are you willing to go down into the mud with him? Nobody's willing. Look, Trump has a shelf life in politics. He'll never, other than the presidency, he can't run for nothing else. He's not gonna run for the governor of no state or none of that other shit. He's not gonna be no mayor, nothing. What he had was 8 years. They wish Republicans wish he had another motherfucking 4 years, so his 8 years have been up, and they can get rid of his ass for good, and everything he be saying is in the background. But being as though he can possibly get another 4, and you got politicians out here, these people are career politicians, because Trump is not a career politician. The rest of these motherfuckers are career politicians, and the ones that got any ambition or that you can see having a future, they not getting down in the mud with him. That's why none of them going to run this cycle.
That's what I mean. It's like he had walking attack ad. Like he turned Sanchez in this sanctimonious, some shit like that.
Yeah,
fucked him up. His shit fucked up now. You know what I'm saying? He got to get over that first, or he did the same shit with He's just a good campaigner, bro.
Yeah, but see,
like he's not a good speech writer. None of that shit.
He can't. None of that.
He's not gonna.
He can't give a speech. He can't write a speech. He can't do nothing. He can't do nothing to unite the country. He can't do nothing. He cannot unite the country. He cannot unite the races. He cannot unite. He cannot even unite the motherfucking Republican Party. He's a divider. He's a wrecking ball. So whatever he do, he gonna leave something in it fucked up in his way. But the smart people that got a future is going to avoid that, because they know most likely he'll run, he'll lose, and that'll be the end of it.
When you're in high school, what happens when in the classrooms, right? When you got the little cliques, right? You got a few cliques in the joint. What happens in the classroom when you have someone like Trump, right? That splits that up, takes out from some of the motherfucking joints, not entice people and tell them, oh, we got a great future together, and get them to come over like that. Well, if he just splits them the fuck up,
then you got one side against
that's
another
a strategy too, though, bro. You gotta realize that
it's true.
You think it's just only a strategy to lift people up.
True.
It's a strategy to get people angry and split them.
Right, and that's
his strategy, bro.
Well, it's a wrecking ball strategy because he's tearing shit up.
That's cool, but what I'm telling you, it's effective though.
Yeah,
he fucks up anybody running against him. They don't run against him.
Look at it.
So
it was only effective once.
Huh?
It's only been effective once. The election that he won, because if you look at it,
what do you mean?
Look, it worked when he won the White House.
It worked every time.
No, it didn't.
Huh?
Because he lost seats at the
no.
He lost seats at the midterm.
That's irrelevant.
Okay.
He beat all Republicans. He was the finalist.
But
right in 2016, he was the final motherfucker.
Right, and he won
in 20 what?
What?
When he ran against Biden, he was the only Republican left.
Okay,
so he won.
Okay, yeah, because nobody ran against him because he was there.
No. He won.
He won.
He won when he won against Hillary. He won when he was going against Biden. He won because his strategy is not to put people together. It's divide and scare.
Are
you
talking about the Republican Party itself?
He won.
I'm asking you, what did he win? You're talking about the Republican nomination, right?
He was the Republican nominee.
Okay, I agree
what you
with
mean
that.
He a loser?
Because
that don't make any sense.
After that,
there's nobody else left but one person. That's the Democrat.
But he lost. He lost the election.
He lost against the Democrat. He won the Republican nomination.
So you're talking about
he can't be a loser.
Whoa. This is what I'm trying to get clear. See, you talking about just the Republican side of the thing. I'm looking at it as a whole, because you saying
what's the whole?
The whole is did he get a second term?
Nah. You asking is he a loser? If you go through 17 people in Republican Party and win, you the nominee. You're not a loser.
Right. That's right.
What are you talking about?
That's when his strategy.
He done that twice.
But he didn't.
How can you say that's a loser?
He didn't have no. He was the incumbent the second time.
Irrelevant.
Right. But when it got to the election that counted, he lost. That's my point.
He won the Republican nomination twice.
I understand that.
So you can't call him a loser.
But why? I can't call him a loser in the Republican Party.
No, period.
Not period, because he lost. He lost the
He
election.
only lost to Democrats.
He lost but that's the election that
That's
counted.
it. And he beat one of them.
What?
He beat one and lost to one.
That's what I'm saying.
He beat all of them. All right, hold on.
What he did worked the first time.
Cool.
But after that, when he was in office, he lost.
Cool.
He lost seats. Hold on.
2 cycles.
He lost seats in his midterm. Then he lost his re-election campaign. Then the people he been backing been losing right and left.
No.
So
you missing it. The key reason why people will miss it this time. He beats the shit out of Republicans easy.
I don't
and
give a fuck about him beating Republicans, though.
Hold on. And he make it squeaky close against a Democrat. You can't call that motherfucker a loser, bro.
Wait a minute.
Right now.
Wait a minute.
The third cycle.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Go
Just
ahead.
the third cycle.
Right.
He gonna win again.
He gonna win again.
But you call him a loser. That's 3 straight cycles of Republican nominations. You can't call that nigga a loser, bro. His strategy is different from yours normal. It's different from the normal people's. As a matter of fact, it's different from anybody can think of.
Look.
But it works.
I agree with you. I agree with you in the fact that when it comes to Republican politics, he the man. I don't give a fuck about Republican politics.
You can't say that when he had 77 million people vote for him nationwide.
I don't give a fuck then because Biden had more.
You can't call him a loser.
Still, Biden had more and Biden won the
Biden
seat.
had more, but this
And won
person
the seat.
can't be a loser who's winning all the nominations in
Even if he
his
lost,
party, and he getting 77 million votes.
But it's not.
How the fuck is that a loser?
Huh? Look,
that's too fucking close. Meaning,
look,
the next time it's too fucking close, he might win. That's not a loser.
Wait a minute. When he beat Clinton, when he beat
Gore is a loser.
Ho. When he beat Clinton, he said he beat Hillary. That was a landslide.
Irrelevant.
No. He said that was a landslide. And this was motherfucker Trump's own words. He said that was a landslide. Wasn't even close. He lost by the same amount to motherfucking Biden. So it was a landslide when he won. He got beat by a landslide. And that's his own words.
That's irrelevant.
But what I'm saying is, okay, motherfuckers can come out of he can come out of the Republican Party all he wants.
Okay.
He come out there for the next 10 years. If he don't motherfucking get that seat, that's what I'm talking about.
Let me give you an example. If you was in the motherfucking NBA right now, you got to the NBA finals every fucking year, but you just lost.
You the Buffalo Bills.
You're not no fucking losers though.
Hmm?
Exactly.
So
you can't call that team, you can't call Golden State losers. You can't call the Lakers losers. You just can't do it. Just because they ain't win.
Look, we're talking about the big one
chip.
here. Okay, what do you call the Buffalo Bills?
What you mean? They won an AFC championship 4 straight years.
But it's okay, that's
that
cool.
team was not losers.
But nobody remembers the AFC champion.
Irrelevant.
They remember the Super
How
Bowl
you get
champion.
there? You gotta beat everybody in AFC, bro.
Okay.
How you losers?
Okay, that's cool.
Exactly. He got to
I'm
beat
not
everybody
saying,
in Republican Party.
Okay.
You're not a
I'll go
loser,
with you.
bro.
He's not a loser. He's not a loser. He's a loser to Biden. Put it like
No,
that.
what I'm
I'll put it
saying
like that.
is his
Look,
strategy, his style of
his
politics is different. But
right.
it works.
But it works. It works in Republican. It will work in Republican
You can't
politics.
say that. He was president once.
Huh?
So it works nationwide too. And then, for example,
we know
on Mother's
that it
Day,
will work.
This is shit he do. On Mother's Day, right? Everybody, he ain't on Twitter no more. He gonna fuck around and be back on Twitter soon.
Yeah, he'll be back. Nah.
But he got his own little joint.
He already been reinstated.
Huh? Oh, yeah. But he ain't been going back on there yet. But eventually, he gonna go back on there. But he got his own joint called Truth. I don't want to promote that shit, but it is what it is. He tweet his shit on there. His last, listen to this shit. This is his Mother Day tweet. This is what I tell you about. He might not be your taste, right? But when we talk politics and strategies and, you know what I'm saying, how to win, he got his own strategy and his own style that's a winner to me. It's not what I like. He's not what I like. But the way he do it is what I want from somebody I would like. Say if Biden, Obama. If he would have done some of the shit that he does, be aggressive towards Republicans like this, I would love Obama for that. The shit he do. That's the difference right there. He's just aggressive as a politician. I think that's good in politics, right? So on Mother's Day, this is what he said. He tweeted this. Happy Mother's Day to all, in particular the mothers, wives, and lovers of the radical left fascists, Marxists, and communists who are doing everything in their power to destroy what? Obliterate. They want to obliterate our country. Please make this complete lunatics and what? Maniacs kinder, gentler, softer, and most importantly, smaller, so that we quickly make America great again. Now you see what I'm saying? He not even trying to be politically correct about nothing. This is on Mother's Day. He going at motherfuckers on the left. Hold on. But if he was a Democrat, he's not doing that. They saying Happy Mother's Day to your mothers and all that. Nobody does this.
Yeah, he can do that.
Now you get it now?
I did got it. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. But he can do these types of things. But you got to remember how he came into politics and what his appeal was. His appeal was, I am not from Washington. I'm just a businessman. I'm going there to drain the swamp. I'm not a politician. I'm outside the box. So that's how the people. So he was an unconventional candidate, and he's able to run an unconventional campaign where he can say the things that he can, where he can say the things he say and do the things that he do. Because they'll say, "Well, he's not a politician. He's a businessman, and he's a straightforward candidate, and he says what he says, and he does what he does." That was the appeal of him. That was always the appeal of Trump. So he can get away with shit. He can get away with shit that a normal politician can't.
No, but hey,
and
that goes to what I'm saying.
But
he's a good.
I'm with you. It works.
I don't think he's a good politician, but he made up a style in the game. For example, I use Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for example. He made up the sky hook, right? It's effective. Can't nobody even stop this shit. Can't nobody else do it. That's what I look at when I see Trump. That his style can't be duplicated, bro.
If you want to compare,
but his style, the way he do it, it gets results from him. Nobody else. Same thing like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You feel me?
I agree with you there. And I'll give you who I compare Trump to. You have throughout NBA history, you had your Magic Johnsons, your Michael Jordans, your Kareems, you had your Dr. J's, and these type of you can basically fit all of them, all of these superstars and Kobe and all of them, you can fit them in one box. And that these are these types of players, and they had different styles or whatever, but these are these type of players you can fit in one box. And then came a motherfucker like Dennis Rodman. Trump is Dennis Rodman. You know what this motherfucker might do. You know what how he might come at you, what he might say. All you know is the motherfucker effective. And that's the way I look at what I look at him. And it works. I give that to you. I give that to him. What he does works. But it also rubs a lot of people the wrong way. That's why he lost a lot of. He don't have the support that he used to, he has a base that's not going to leave him. That base he has is not going to leave him whatsoever. Them motherfuckers is crazy. That's a cult.
I don't know if you seen his town hall, bro.
You seen it?
Man, how you seen it?
I seen it. We called the police motherfucker. He called the black policeman a thug. He told a moderator she was a nasty person.
Did he?
He just went off on and telling lie after lie after lie.
That
and
man said, "You're a nasty person."
And what? And you can what? The dude is like
What was the
I've been saying
shit about? He just stopped saying the shit. Because she kept correcting him, really.
Because he like, no, motherfucker, that ain't true. And no, I'm not gonna let you get away with that shit. He's a bully.
I'm about to say, you're a nasty lady. You know that, right?
You know, just like he bullied E. Jean Carroll for the pussy in the motherfucking department store. The dude's a bully.
That's tapping.
And when he
had a town hall though. I don't know if that was on CNN.
It was CNN. CNN getting trashed for that shit.
CNN. And the girl held on though. You know what I'm saying?
Cameras where they were stuffing ballot boxes. So with all of that, I think it's a shame that what happened. I think it's a very sad thing for our country. I think it's a very sad thing, frankly, for the world, because if you look at what's gone to our country has gone to hell. Our borders are bad. Our military has been bad. You look at the taxes, you look at inflation, what's happened to inflation. It's just destroying our country. We've really become in many ways a third world country. And it's very sad what's happened in this administration. And it's something that will turn around on day one. We were energy independent. Now energy is at a level that we've never had to pay before. Nobody can afford to continue to pay what's happening with energy. But we were energy independent. We were getting out of Afghanistan with strength and with dignity. And instead we got out, we looked like fools, probably the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
We have a lot of questions about the economy and foreign policy tonight, but what you just said there, Republican officials debunked those claims about fraudulent ballots. We want to give you a chance tonight.
Who?
Republican officials in Georgia and every single state. There is no, your own election officials, Mr. President. So we wanted to give you a chance.
People were afraid to take on the issue. But we have a big problem in this country. We
wanted to give you a chance to acknowledge
we have
the
elections
results.
that were horrible. If you look at what happened in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, if you look at what happened in Detroit, Michigan, if you look at what happened in Atlanta, millions of votes. And all you have to do is take a look at government cameras. You'll see them, people going to 28 different voting booths to vote, to put in 7 ballots apiece.
But Mr. President, I have to stop you there because there is no evidence of that. Your own election officials testified to that and have said that Republicans in these states did this. In Georgia, there were multiple recounts, including a hand recount. We have questions about the claims that you're making tonight from voters on this topic. I want to bring in Scott Dustin from Concord. He works in insurance litigation.
Hold on. You see the nigga face when she corrected him on that shit? He's like,
he can't take it. The dude, look,
I'm getting mad at this.
The dude is a bully. He used to having his way and getting his way, and he can throw his weight around and do what he want to do. And then what was fucked up about that town hall was CNN packed the motherfucking audience.
It was all Republicans.
It was all MAGA Republicans and Trump supporters. That's all was in the audience, and they lied about it because they tried to make it like it was independence and blah 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 blah. Then they came back and told the truth about they stacked the audience. Like I've been told y'all, Chris Light
wasn't no motherfucking independent.
Chris Light, who used to work at
What
Fox.
was the point? Doesn't even know that the nigga from Fox is now in CNN.
I'm about to say that Chris Light. Chris Light is running. I've been telling y'all this for the last motherfucking year.
Yep.
Chris Light is running motherfucking CNN now.
He was way ahead.
And I told y'all that the dude is trying to turn CNN into Fox Jr. That's why the fuck you had a town hall. You had a town hall with Donald Trump that was packed with Trump supporters, with wild ass cult-like Trump supporters that they cheered the wildest shit. He went on the moderator. They went on the moderator. He cheered it. He told lies after lies. These people, they cheered it and they actually believe it.
Yeah, he said, yeah. I never admit to that because it was stolen from me. And they clapped.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
So look.
What the hell wrong with y'all?
This is the deal. The dude got a base. He got a base of people. And you saw who those people were at this town hall. They're going to support him no matter what. So he has a number. He has a number that he's going to get.
Man,
That's number.
Man, you with me? Yeah.
Yeah. That's that number. That number might win the Republican primary, but it's not
His
enough.
solid base.
It's not enough.
It's more than any candidate running for president besides Biden.
On the Republican side.
On the Democrat too. Besides Biden,
I can't say that.
It's nobody that's running as Democrat that got
I
more
can't say that.
base than him. They can forget it. If it ain't Biden, they gonna forget it. They're gonna lose.
Biden is ahead of the Democratic Party. So
it's two people running though.
But they ain't shit.
Trump will blow both of them out.
RFK Jr. is a Republican.
True or false?
First of all,
Will Trump blow both of them out?
Yeah,
True or
RFK Jr. is a Republican plant.
Regardless. If it was head to head, Trump against either one of them,
either one of them. Yeah, because they're nothing. But that ain't the case. He's running against Biden. So
hopefully,
ain't nobody in the motherfucker unless he croaked, or he decided he gonna drop out the race. He ain't motherfucking going nowhere. And them other two people who RFK Jr., whoever the fuck he is, he look. This dude
wasting his time.
This dude is got
but
Republican backings.
You got Tim Scott running over here. You got motherfucking this
ain't got nothing coming.
Running the Republican joint.
He
got
he killing
Haley
himself.
David. What the fuck?
Nikki Haley. Not going to happen.
They got some shit going on there. He gonna beat all of them.
I agree. There's nobody. Look, anybody that feels as though they look. This is Trump This is last go round.
Oh hell yeah.
This is last go round. Period. If he win, this is last go round. If he loses, it's his last go round.
He even know that.
Win or lose, this is it for Trump.
Everybody know that.
So anybody who think they have a future in Republican Party and can run for president are not running in the 2024 election. They are going to hold out to 2028 because you don't have to deal with Trump shit. You don't have to deal with the name calling. You don't have to deal with the him going after your family. You don't have to deal with none of that shit. Him digging up shit and calling you all kind of names. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit in 2028. Anybody who feels as though they can be president is going to hold out to 2028.
Acts not only to defend our Second Amendment rights, but to restore rights that have been taken from us, such as, by example, recently the ATF's ruling on the pistol stabilizing braces.
Yeah, as you know, the bump stocks are actually a very unimportant thing. And NRA, I went with them and they said it doesn't mean anything. Or actually, all they do is teach you how to shoot very inaccurately. So we did that. There's been nobody that's protected the Second Amendment, as you know, like I have. I protected it through thick and thin, not easy to do. But we have a very big mental health problem in this country. And again, it's not the gun that pulls the trigger. It's the person that pulls the trigger. And we have to protect our Second Amendment. We have to protect our Second Amendment.
They clapped at him saying, it's not the gun that pull the trigger. The person could pull the trigger. What you think about that?
The same thing they said back in the 70s when they said guns don't kill people, people kill people. But people kill people with guns. That's some Jedi mind trick shit. Because everybody that go out here and do this shit ain't crazy. Yeah, you got some crazy motherfuckers out here. But you just got some sadistic, evil motherfuckers out here that do shit too.
Not even that. What if your motherfucker cut you off on the road and they got a gun in the car?
Yeah.
That anger
shoot
alone,
you.
now he got the gun wagging somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
No.
For example, main man played NBA. What's the
dumbass John Morant.
Exactly. Can't no gun owner tell me that was gun safety he was doing. Now you see what I'm saying? Like wagging the joint. He could shot both of them.
Yeah.
By accident. Or shot main man.
He could shot his dumbass self.
Now you see what I'm saying?
No.
So if you're a gun owner and saying, oh, he lawfully can own that. You can't tell me that was gun safety, though. You can't tell me that was any safety in that.
And
so that you condone a nigga wagging a gun. What you wagging guns around for? That's gonna get people hurt.
Because motherfuckers said, well, he wasn't breaking no law. Yeah, he wasn't breaking no law. And you have every right to own a gun. You have every right to own multiple guns. But let's get one motherfucking some shit straight. You go back and look at several mass shootings. These motherfuckers went into the store and bought these weapons right before they used them. Especially in the last one. The last one, the motherfucker just turned 18, went and bought a gun, and went and shot some people. And then you got the nerve to say, well, the first thing they say, well, assault weapon ban wouldn't have helped. Bullshit. Because if these weapons wasn't let back on the market by the Bush administration, they wouldn't be out there for a motherfucker to go out and get a motherfucker the type of weapon where he can mow several people down at one time.
He said people, the guns don't shoot people, people pull the trigger, right?
Right.
Now, let's take that for example then, since he said that. Let's talk about the people then. The people that pull the trigger.
Right.
Is that a law-abiding citizen that's in the house, his wife is cheating on him, he pulled a gun out and shoot somebody? That a law-abiding citizen before that happened?
Yeah, he was a law-abiding citizen before that happened.
Now, law-abiding citizens go to hunt all the time. He crashed or a motherfucker cross him in the motherfucking street. Now they arguing. He get his gun, shoot him. Now where we at? He was a law-abiding citizen up until when? That happened.
Correct.
Exactly. You got a motherfucker that own a store. Black man run out of the store. He run behind him, shooting in the back. What's that? Now you see what I'm saying? It's like, you get what I'm talking about, bro?
Oh, I get what you're talking about.
I already know you know. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
but you gotta talk about the person now. Since you want to say only people pull up triggers, who are these people now? Do they got sense? Have they been trained? Is that person, you know what I'm saying? Are you giving this person a gun and then this person don't have no control of his anger? So if he get mad at any little thing, he pulls the gun out. What if he had a kid's school flag game, football game, and mad at the referee? Guns out.
Okay, now
you see what I'm saying? Who is the person there?
Right. And look, you motherfuckers don't want to put no kind of restriction on a motherfucker having a gun.
None.
But you say, but as soon as something happened,
build your brand online.
But as soon as something happened, the first thing you say or the first thing you want to run to is mental health. But when somebody say, well, we want to screen these people, these people before they buy a gun, that's a problem. So if you don't want to do that much as to say, look, man, we need to do background checks and you need to screen these people to make sure that they can handle the responsibility of having a gun. You don't want to do that. So don't come back and say it's mental fucking health, because you crying mental health, but you not even motherfucker doing the smallest thing to make sure people, a stupid motherfucker that ain't supposed to have no gun, don't get a gun. Exactly. So what you're saying is bullshit. That's bullshit.
Now, I don't know. Like you said with Trump, and like I was saying before, but the only way you can first of all, when they had this town hall meeting, I don't think CNN was expecting the backlash they were getting. But people don't know now it's a person that was over in Fox is running CNN there. So if you're going to look at that joint, you start to figure out what the hell is going on. when you look at that town hall, you heard all that clapping. You was like, is this Fox? I got the wrong channel. You know what I'm saying? You didn't.
Told ya.
Exactly.
When we first started this podcast, we was talking about Fox News one evening, and I told y'all that Chris Light, who used to be an executive at Fox News, is now the head of CNN, and he was orchestrating a campaign where CNN was going to move gradually to the right, and it has. That's one of the motherfucking reasons so many people are out at CNN. That's one of the reasons they were so hot to get rid of Don Lemon. It's just that Don Lemon had a contract, whereas they fired him, he was gonna get a stack of paper for it. They couldn't just fire him, and he wasn't gonna quit and give up their money.
Yeah.
So they was at a face-off, a standstill or whatever. So that's what it was. It was a lot of people that got fired or left CNN because of the direction CNN was going in over the last year. Exactly. And now that no other network, not even Fox News, right now would give Trump a town hall meeting.
Ain't that some shit?
Fox News won't even do
might
it.
start doing all that shit though.
They already talked about giving him another one. So you see where this is going.
I'm saying nothing. Cooper and all them motherfuckers, they ain't gonna be on it no more. They're gonna find some middle of the road white wing motherfuckers to put on it.
I think Anderson Cooper tried to get fired the other day.
Yeah, he did something
because he came out with a statement where
about putting that joint on there, right?
He trashed his own network
for putting Trump on there.
Putting Trump on there.
Yeah,
he trashed.
Remember, the black dude gone. He's like next.
Yeah, because look, half of the motherfuckers at CNN was gay anyway. So you know, if you got a conservative motherfucker running the network, they don't want Anderson Cooper for one. They don't want motherfucker didn't want Don Lemon for two. Them the two main gay ones they got. So they're gonna gradually push him out, and then when contracts is up, you're gonna see boom, 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 they gone. Why you think, let me tell you something. Why do you think NBC got basically two news networks now? They got MSNBC and they got NBC News now. Because all of them motherfuckers the Don Lemons, your Anderson Coopers, and you got so many others that's going to be available. And they have to have somewhere to go because it's already a stigma with people that work at Fox. You notice that people that work at Fox don't work at nowhere else. None of them. Or if they work somewhere else, they don't work long. The only other place that they got to go now is Newsmax. And Newsmax is, whoo, you think Fox is bad, Newsmax is off the hook. So, by time August roll around and after Labor Day, when the campaign is really going to kick into high gear, I got more moves at the networks being made, and you're gonna see some people out that you didn't expect to see out.
Now, before we got here, I know y'all heard about Santos.
This idiot.
But now, besides the cross dressing and all that, he has been arrested and been indicted on a lot of charges here. Which I don't know. We always felt like they're gonna get him the fuck out of the Congress because he lied to get in.
Oh, they already put forth a bill or something, a resolution or something to get him out.
Yes, he done lied to get in, so all of them will try to get him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? He not only lied, he made up some shit just to get in. And then I agree. Once the voters vote for you, but you lied to them. They don't know what you really are no more. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Everything you said to them, that they once voted for. They don't know if that's you. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I understand about him. dude, you've been caught. There is nothing you can do. The people who voted for you know that you're a liar, and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. They would want to see you out and put somebody in that'll represent them respectively. The colleagues in the Senate in the House don't want to deal with you. For one, you lied to get in. You can put forth the greatest bill right now. You can go into your basement and come out with a bill that's going to cure the debt limit. You're going to solve the debt limit, solve immigration, and end the war in Ukraine, and cure herpes and cancer at the same time. And you know what? It'll do you no good. You're wasting your time because nobody wants to be seen with you, and nobody will put their name on a fucking any type of legislation that has to do with you. You just there for what? You're taking up space. You fucking up the business of the country for what?
First of all, this nigga got charges of 13 counts of wire fraud, and 7 counts of what's this? Federal charges, or 13 federal charges, 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering. He done.
That motherfucker going to jail.
Hell the fuck yeah. He ain't getting out of that from that.
No.
They ain't put him on there for nothing. 2 counts of making material false statements. That's to get into Congress.
And there's another thing, you
That's
dumbass.
his last motherfucking joint they gonna hit him with.
And there's another thing, you dumbass. When it's time to vote your ass out, yes, there are going to be some stupid motherfucker, probably a Marjorie Taylor Greene, some stupid that dumbass bitch. That bitch did something, and you will have a few stupid people that's gonna try to call themselves savior. But motherfuckers ain't gonna look. You have an election season coming up. Nobody is going to do anything with you to put in their good name with yours. You are toast, you dumbass. You toast, dude.
All right. First of all those charges, he gonna be out of the office anyway.
You're gonna be out of office. You might be in jail.
Hell yeah.
You might have a cell next to Trump, but you know Trump ain't going to jail.
But this nigga is the dumbest nigga on earth. It's like a nigga that's flipping keys. Flipping keys while he running for office. Like, how do you think that's gonna work? Without you getting locked up in the end, you dumbass nigga.
His dumbass mind is gonna work.
That shit's crazy. Hoodviewpolitics, baby.
Wow.
Each and every week. We're gonna get back here Tuesday and talk about this AI. We ain't talking about basketball either, baby.
We're gonna talk about that too.
AI. And then we're gonna detail dive into Biden's son. Got some shit going on with his dumb ass too. You know what I'm saying, dog? Santos, he's a dummy. Hoodviewpolitics, baby. You got something to say when we get out here?
See y'all the next time. Peace out.
That's the goddamn show. Hard your boys on Facebook, the show, Instagram,
Twitter, Twitch,
follow us,
wherever
YouTube, subscribe. Yeah. We there. You know what
right.
I'm saying,
We everywhere.
Politics all day from the hood.